Hey everybody, Zavzan here from Creative Chat Cafe. As you can see, sometimes this love and hate relationship with technology will bring you to different platforms. So today, the redo Take Two times two, we're doing it from YouTube Live. Thank God I know how to do a Google Hangouts on air/YouTube Live. For some of you who are thinking YouTube Live and the Google Hangouts integration will not be good, this is good because when all the other technology fails, I always come back to this. But anyways, this is a great conversation for today's topic because why use live streaming videos to grow your business? And I just want to say thank you all for watching live or on replay. Be sure to join in the conversation. If you are on YouTube and you're watching this, there's a side panel on the right side. You can still do your comments. And we have a third person on the screen, as you can see. She's behind the scene right now because she's our guest, and she's going to share another live streaming platform that is new and shiny, all this shiny object. But before we get started, let's get started. Hey, Kenya, how are you doing, girl?
Hey, Zeph, I'm good. I'm here. We're rocking and rolling. We're rocking it out.
There you go. So people, you know what? Let's just quickly get started. But before we get started, a quick, heads up. Today's topic is, why use live streaming videos for to grow your business. And we're here usually live on zevzen.live, or you can go to cchatcafe.com to get all our show information. First and third Wednesdays of the month, 11 a.m. New York, 10 a.m. Chicago, and 4 p.m. UK time. Ooh, I got that all down in just a few seconds. Anyways, let's just get Kenya to get her introduction going, and we'll just go into the conversation.
Hey, everybody. Welcome again. I'm Kenya Halliburton. I am the owner and operator at kenyahalliburton.com, where I serve women entrepreneurs with big ambitions and complicated lives. And what I basically do is I'm a content creator and a hands-free marketing strategist, and I help my girls, my Shero entrepreneurs, create content to grow their business and install marketing systems to help them have more time, have more freedom to do more of the stuff that they love. So loving this topic, Zeph, because Facebook Live and live streaming is hot.
Yes, it is. It's hot, like hot cakes. So for some of you who are watching this for the first time, probably you stumble on our YouTube Live just because we went live on YouTube and recorded this on YouTube. And if you're new to the show, you're new to me, and you're new to my co-host, Kenya, well, for some of you who are brand new, I just want to say welcome to the show, number one. Number two, I'm Zavzan, the Chief Flight Officer at entrepreneursthatsoar.com. You can get all the information from this page, from this YouTube Live page. I basically work with speakers, authors, professional consultants, seminar leaders, and trainers, helping you create more opportunities to win clients and customers, and also to engage your audience using live videos. All right, so everything live video marketing, live streaming videos to help you grow your business. This is my wheelhouse, people. So all right, Kenya, this is a great topic, and we've said this many times. This is the new trend, the new marketing strategy that is very inexpensive, but it takes a little bit of learning, right, Kenya?
Yeah.
It takes a bit of learning because of the technology, but that's what it is. You just have to be a little bit patient because it does take a little bit of a learning curve. But I'd like to start our conversation by asking this question, because I know I get this question a lot. I don't know if you do, Kenya, but people ask me, what are the differences between the two words live streaming videos and live videos? Kenya, from your point of view and from your experience, do you want to share a little bit about that? Maybe you have an idea.
Well, I actually learned this from you. So you are the foremost expert in this area, because it is a good question. What is the difference between live streaming and live videos? And I would probably say, just based on what you educated me about, is that live videos are more of a way for you to jump into it without being so intimidated by the technology. It's kind of like podcasting versus just doing an audio recording here and there. or doing a YouTube video here and there versus doing an actual, production of a consistent video show. So kind of that seems to be the difference to me. Am I on point with that?
I think you are, because so here's what many people, it's all terminology, right, Kenya? It's all verbiage. And I think for many people that have, that I've listened to or I've learned from, this is from my understanding, just from being in the Google Hangouts arena about almost 4 years ago. What I've noticed is really this. If people hear or use the word live streaming videos, it can sound a little bit technical, and it can sound like, oh, it's all about production, producing the live videos. Whereas I'm more into now using live videos / live videos marketing, because I'm more of the marketing side, because I don't want people to think production immediately. For me, I'm teaching my audience and my clients to really use live videos to connect with people, to boost the engagements, to accelerate the relationships, and basically hopefully to create more opportunities to win clients and customers. The reason I say that, and I know we get this a lot whenever we go into production, like you and I, Kenya, we're like technical, like we're like, okay, we're geeky and
bring on the tech.
Bring on, exactly. But some people, when they hear that, they'll curl up and they'll just like, no, it's not for me, without even giving a try or test run, because the potential of overwhelm and getting stuck with the technology is so huge that they just retract, and they just refuse to even research or give it a try. So that's my perspective from the words live streaming videos and live videos. Do you think that's spot on, Kenya?
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Right?
Like I said, I learned something just now.
Yeah. Because Kenya and I can get really geeky. We can get really like, I kind of broke the new platform that I was on, giving, them a run for their money, because I'm more, I can be if I want to, the live streaming part, but I have to have this balance right now. And for some of you, I've been known for high tech, high touch marketing strategies. So I always want to create the balance. And of course, my target audience, most of them relate to live videos better than live streaming videos. In different situations, I will use the live streaming videos, but most of the time I'm trying to even just educate the audience, and also my clients, to just use the words that they can relate to. Kenya, so I want to kind of go into the next conversation about, people are asking, what are the benefits of live streaming? How does this work for my business? Is this for my business? I don't think I can do that. From your experience, you caught on this bug. I gave it to you, right? So you want to share a little bit about what you've seen as far as your benefits of live streaming?
To me, the main benefit that I see is the incredible reach that you can get with doing Facebook Lives. Some of the other platforms, and I know the show isn't just about Facebook Live, but we're talking about live stream in general, but using Facebook Live is really great because Facebook has built it into its structure. And one of the things that I discovered that really blew me away, which I thought, wow, this is great, is that, a lot of times people on their fan pages have trouble, getting more reach and getting more people to see the things that they're posting, even if it's pre-recorded videos. And what I discovered was that you can get as much as 20% more reach doing Facebook Live videos, and that's before you even have to actually pay for more reach or boost the post or take out an ad for more people to see it. And that's incredible, because we know that Facebook loves, especially with fan pages, they love to get you to buy, pay for views. And so that is, to me, incredible. So to me, live streaming, we know that this whole visual component of content has been trending for a while and has been, kind of the more popular way to get seen and heard and get people to pay attention to you. But to me, the live streaming component, it expands your reach, and it also helps you to connect more with your audience, with engagement. So to me, those are the two hugest bonuses to doing live streaming.
Kenya, you mentioned about that connection with the audience. And this is the truth, folks. And I'm going to share with you why in my world of live video marketing, because I'm such a, I'm a connector, to begin with. And I see the opportunity to build relationships. You know what live videos have done for me and the benefit for my business is they have actually helped me accelerate relationships, not only locally, but also globally, right? Number one, the outreach is bigger. And I just want to share a little bit of an experience because last year, before, we all know Blep's demise, right? But before, when I would say probably back in, I wouldn't say August, probably September and October of last year, what happened was there was this huge community of people that flocked to Blep. They had a great way to connect people. And I had the opportunity to co-produce 3 international conferences with Team Copenhagen, Team Netherlands, Team Australia. And I'm like, wow, in that short period of time, I think it was only about 4 or 5 months I was on Blab, I was able to really connect with very targeted audience and community that enjoy my content in such a short period of time. And in my personal experience, I would say 50% faster. Speaking about 50% faster, Kenya, what I've really learned also is using live videos, how my business have benefited from them are, because there's more engagement, there's more consistency, there's more presence, me showing up for the other person, that relationship acceleration in relationship have helped me decrease my touch points. Do you agree, Kenya? Because, when we do networking, you have to give a call, you have to send the email. When can we meet? There's about 10 customer touch points before you actually sell your product or make a sale, right, Kenya? Mm-hmm. And the fact that, with live videos, because they see us often, they're reminded of who we are, what we do. The most important thing is how we are of value to them. That engagement becomes faster and accelerates conversion. For me, at least, I've experienced 50% faster. So that 2 things, acceleration in relationship and also the faster conversion, because there's less, touch points, customer touch points really have helped me a lot. Have you seen that in your business too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So here's another question, right, folks? And I know many of you are thinking about this. Which live streaming video platform should I use? Kenya, you want to go first? Because I know Kenya, and I have been in this show for, I think, about in Creative Chat Cafe for about 3 years when we started out on Google Hangouts on air. And, we've changed platform a few times just because, the technology is there. Kenya, from your experience right now, which live streaming platform video should I use? Do you want to address that question?
I would say hands down, it's kind of a runoff between Facebook and YouTube. Facebook, to me, has such an incredible, the way that their platform is set up, it's really kind of a seamless integration. So I would say Facebook wins because even with YouTube, there's still a lot of magic that you have to do to kind of grow your audience. I think Facebook allows you more of an opportunity to get found and get seen. So I would say, especially if and it's hard to argue that your audience isn't on Facebook, right? So, most people will be able to find some segment of their audience on Facebook. So I would say hands down, Facebook wins. Mm-hmm. But obviously, there are other ones that you may be more comfortable with that also have your target audience. But I feel like at some point you're going to want to plug into Facebook and capture that traffic.
Speaking of which, in a few more minutes here, we're going to bring in our guest who's waiting in the sidelines there, because she has something that, she would want to share, because she discovered this like a couple weeks ago, and I saw her post in our group, and I said, would you come on and just talk about it, because I thought she gave it a test ahead of me, and I've used it a couple times. But before we say that, the reason is there's this integration with Facebook Live. So let me just kind of address this in this sense, right, folks? The most important thing in live videos, in order for us all to boost engagements and accelerate relationships, is to figure out where you can show up often And how you can show up for your community is very key in live videos or live streaming videos, because there's this huge community that comes around to support you, engage with you, and they want to learn more about you. So one of the most important things, I would say, figure out which platform you're most comfortable with, right? You got to give it a try, right, Kenya? We tried a few, Kenya, right? There's
Yeah.
this desktop version, there's this mobile version. Which one's good for me? It's right now, the hot topic is Facebook Live, but before I even get to that, later on we'll address in the show, is the fact that you got to test out which one works best for you right now. Because if you cannot start simple, you're going to get intimidated and you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to throw up, I promise you, right, Kenya?
Yeah.
Because then you go like, oh, it's not for me. Figure out the simplest platform to start with, and then figure out quickly if that is where you can show up often enough so that there's this consistency. People will know you're going to be there. They know where to go to find you so they can go and support you. That is very important. As far as platforms, if we're to tie back the conversation, which platform should I use, is the fact that I think is, if you're, for me, I'm going to share, Kenya, and I have heard about me saying this many times. I'm a conversationalist. Yep, I can give and I can believe all the way through, right?
Yeah.
I love a conversation where I can see the other person's, eyes and, they're fidgeting. I love that because it becomes very engaging. I warm up to people faster. I'm not a pro do the solo on phones, right, or mobile devices, Kenya, because I feel I have a hard time catching up with that flow of conversation because
Yeah.
I'm not a person who process text pretty well. I do audio visual excellently. So you got to know also, what are you good at? Do you process information audio visual, or do you also process information text? Because if it's text and you don't mind reading, then you will really excel with Periscope or Facebook Live. That's just what I would share from a perspective of which live streaming or live video platform should I use. Think about that. Don't think about the platform first per se, but think about like, how can you show up? Test it first. Which one is simple? Because we know, right, Kenya, when we start, we always want to make it simple because otherwise it'll be like, right? I'm going to tell you, folks, Kenya doesn't like Google Hangouts. So, she's excelling other places and she'll tell you that. And you'll see in some of her videos. That's why we learn of these platforms that we know which one works best for you. Speaking of that, I'm going to bring on Terry. Whoop, whoop. Terry, come on camera. We would love to have this conversation with you.
Hello.
Hello, lady. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to the Creative Chat Cafe show, take 2, and also to YouTube Live / Google Hangouts integration. Whoop, whoop.
Ooh, hey, my first Google Hangouts on air. I've seen lots of them, but now I'm like, this is my first one. Hey.
I'm glad she's doing her first one with Creative Chat Cafe.
I'm doing it with the best person ever.
Yes.
Saying, you rock. I want to tell you that you rock.
Terry, what I say is that I've done enough mistakes and I've gone through a lot of technology changes to know how to produce it better. It's not a matter of I'm, the best or not, but I think I've just made enough mistakes to know the difference and know how to manage it. And I think for some of you folks who are trying to figure out these platforms, it's just figuring out which one works for you and you can handle whenever technology fails, just like what we have today. So let's just ask Terry here. Just welcome Terry to the show. Terry,
hello.
Quick introduction so the audience will get to know you a little bit more and what you do.
Sure, no problem. Hi, everybody. My name is Terry Johnson. I'm a digital marketing consultant here in New York City. So I work with small businesses to develop their digital marketing strategy plans for moving their businesses online, because I feel like it's two different things that have an offline business and an online business. There's two different strategies that you have to have. So I help them with that. And live streaming is a big part of that now.
Yes, yes. And Terry, I'm sure you two have been listening behind the scenes about what we've been talking about. Do
Yes.
you kind of agree with the term? Because I know you're going to talk about a new platform that's coming out, and we can share it. I'm going to share it on my screen in a short few minutes. Do you agree, or do you want to add anything else to the question of which live streaming or live video platform should I be using now?
No, I agree with what you ladies have been saying. You have to. I always feel like you have to know your strategy for your business, and then you can tell which platform you need to be on.
Hmm.
It's always good to know and make sure that what are your goals? What are you attempting? What is the end plan that you have for being online? Does live stream fit into that? And you also have to decide, are you comfortable being online? Can you tell your story online? Can you
Yeah,
tell what your business is about? So you have to know what you have to be really, really comfortable and confident in your business and what you're doing to put that online.
absolutely. So Terry, so I'm going to give you a clap. This is why I love Google Hangouts.
Oh, I love that.
Miss
I love
that.
that. I love
Yeah,
that.
right. We can do dong and we can do So Terry, I know you're gonna share with us a new tool, a shiny tool, but I think this was worth talking about because of its integration with Facebook Live. And from I was inspired by just you sharing and posting on some of the Facebook groups that we belong in together,
Yes.
power of this tool because of the integration and what I think some of the creative things that people can use it to broadcast live.
Exactly, I agree. I found out about Smile Time about 2 weeks ago. Mashable had an article, August 24th, and I was like really curious to go and see what it was about. So I checked it out, and because we no longer have Blab, I hate to say that word Blab, but
Right.
to me, there are other I call them real time collaboration tools. There's Huzza, Crowdcast, Hangout on Air was the first one. There's a couple others, Fire Talk, but none of them have that fun factor that some businesses may want to use to as a tool to get online and talk to their customers and interact with other people. So I saw Smile Time and I said, this has some fun features in it, similar
Yep.
to Blab. I mean, all of these real-time collaboration tools, they have a chat feature, they have an on-stage area where someone is talking or several people are talking. So you have dual conversations going on, and I just love that fact. So Smile Time to me, I looked at it. It's a little confusing when you first get on. If there is something called a stage, and you have to drag and drop items, but once you figure it out, it's a really, really fun tool to use, and you may have a use for it, or you may not. You may not.
You know what? It's funny that you say it takes a bit of learning. And this is why I tell everybody who wants to use live streaming videos to grow your business, you got to be patient. All right. You got
Yeah.
to be patient because it's technology. As you can see, we're not doing on the regular platform that we're supposed to be broadcasting from. So I have this option because I've tested it. I've done on this platform for about 3 years now. And it's so funny because whatever it is, I still go back to this platform. And I was just telling my chief technology officer just a few days ago, I'm like, it's so funny. I've been using this platform for the longest time. There's so many changes. If anything fails, I still come back to this platform. So it's good to know that you need to take some time to learn some of the different platforms and how they work for you. Terry, I'm gonna let you talk and walk us through because what I'm gonna do is share the screen so our audience or whoever's watching can kind of walk through with us this platform, and then you can just I'll continue talking about the platform. I'm gonna share my screen right now, folks. So Terry, what was if there was one thing that you loved about Smilecast, what would it be?
I love the fact that you can, well, on my channel, I have it set up to have some content when I'm not there. So I have a
Hey, Terry's
little,
not here.
I
Terry,
have a
you
little,
and I are next to each other. How cool is that?
so I have a cute little poll that I put up, and I just made a silly little question,
Mhm.
and it just, and you can have an interactive poll when you're not there, or like in Zeph's case, she has a nice billboard feature that advertises her show. So I love the fact that you can leave graphics up that people can interact, and you can put your call to action and have them go somewhere else.
Yes. And I think I like about this part because as we are logged in, we can browse the channels, and this we can subscribe to the channels, and also the all channels are alphabetical order. And remember when we had this on Blab and we say, oh, this is if only they can put this in a way that we can find somebody. So this is a great way to have everything in a home page so that we can find people easily, right, Terry?
Yes, exactly. So when you first go to Smile Time, if you don't have an account, it's going to ask you to sign up with Facebook only. That's a drawback, but it can be a plus, because if you broadcast from your Smile Time channel, you can also broadcast to your personal profile or to a Facebook page. So it has that Facebook integration, and you can go on Smile Time, broadcast, and have it go to your page, and it will save to your page. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And I think this is what you were talking earlier about, if you're the creator or the broadcaster and this is your page, just like what I have on mine, on the creator site, this is Creator Palette, right,
Yeah.
Terry, that we
Yes.
can invite people. So I can invite somebody here. When I click on invite, it says copy link, and this is what you can send to your guests, and they will just appear on camera in this area. Am I right, Terry?
Yes. Well, actually, you can drag anything from the Creator Palette to any of the squares. The main big square where you would normally broadcast yourself, you can drop someone else there, and you can occupy one of the smaller screens. So you can drop yourself in any of the four screens.
Spotlights. Right. Awesome. And I think that's basically what it is. Because for instance, if I were to do, say, at my camera right here, and what it does, you see people, I appear here and it goes right there. And that's the beauty of it. And I can take myself off stage. And this is where, if you see, it says dismiss from palette, right? First I put myself here, and it says dismiss from stage, and it goes back to that. And it's really cool because this is almost like a green room, right, Terry?
Yes, it's almost like a green room. So basically, you can make a graphic of. It doesn't do screen share from your browser, which is one of the drawbacks. I did ask. Smile Time has office hours at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't think they do it every day, but if you join their channel, you'll get notified when the community manager comes on. So I joined one of the office hours. I asked, will they include an indicator to tell you how many people are live on your channel, because right now, if you go on your channel, you can't tell who's in your channel, who's in your room watching you until they start to chat. And a lot of people do lurk on a live because they're shy, or you have that factor. So I asked them about that number of people in the room indicator. They said that's on the list of things to add, because it's still in a little bit of beta status. The screen sharing with the tab, that's lower on the list. That's not a big priority. So, but you do have the opportunity to maybe screen grab something you want to talk about, put it on the main stage, put yourself in one of the little squares on the left, and you can talk and add 2 more people in the little squares on the left. So it has that versatility where you can be on the main stage or you can be to the side, but you can always be on camera.
Terry, how do you see creatives like me and Kenya, the one that would break their systems, use this Smilecast? I think what I'm loving, and I know Kenya got a chance to take a look at this a little bit, and we're talking about how the smooth integration, and hardly or rarely that I see like the video and audio not really synced. So I would say, when it comes to that simulcast or that live cast, they've got a great transition. But how do you feel like creatives like us, people who just go beyond, outside the box, right, to use Smilecast and the Facebook Live integration?
Well, I see it as being another tool in your toolbox. Like I said, get on, use it. If you don't like it, you really don't have to use it. There's so many tools available. Some people like Firecast, some people like Crowdcast, some people like Google Hangouts. It's use it, like you said earlier, use the tool that makes you feel comfortable and fits into your business model. Creatively, I see a lot of use for creative people because, like I said, it has that integration with graphics and imagery. It doesn't have a way to bring in, say, a live will bring in a screen, something from your browser that you may want to show live. So you would have to screen grab something, bring it on, and talk about it. So I see it good for creatives. I see it a good use there because, like I said, it has a fun factor to it.
Yeah, and how did you discover it, and when did you first use it?
I saw it. Well, I saw the story on the August 24th, and I jumped on it like the 26th. I jumped on it like right away.
Almost immediately, right?
I jumped on it right away because I was like, okay, I want to try it out. I want to see what the business use is. I want to see if I can, is it something that my clients can use? Is it something that, like you said, we're in the Facebook groups. If someone in the Facebook group wants to use it. And also, like I said, I was kind of missing the fun factor of Blab because Blab had a fun factor.
Yes.
And I was like, maybe this could be it. So I tried it out. Like I said, when I first went in, I was like, well, what do? You don't know what to do. But someone from the community, one of the community managers jumped in and she helped me. And the customer service part of it was great.
I love that. And Kenya, how do you see yourself probably using this? Because I know when I showed it to you and like, ooh, I love this shiny stuff. What do you think, like us? Because whenever people ask me for new products or new platforms like that, my head will go 1,000 ways because I'm a creative. I use technology creatively. Let's put it that way. And I find opportunities. That's why I say whenever I use live streaming videos of live videos, I just help people to find opportunities using these technology to get more clients and customers. Kenya, by just looking at the platform, what do you think, like 1 or 2 things that you can use this for?
Well, as you know, Zeph, I am a production geek. Yeah. And one of the things that I liked about this platform that you guys illustrated was that the production is kind of real time. And so it allows you, like, Terry was saying, it allows you to kind of be creative in real time and create that variation of the visuals that keep people engaged and keep it interesting without me having to do post-production, which is where I kind of get tangled up in. So for me, like, that's the huge fun part of it, is that I can, work my production magic in real time, pull in different graphics, pull in different visuals and pieces and make it really interactive and really interesting without getting stuck in the production and sucking up my time and my team's time on, post-production kind of things. Yeah.
I agree. I'm not a big post-production person because if I can do it now, I'll do it now. Terry, how are you planning to use Smilecast?
I am going to use it right now. I am just putting up a graphic and using a poll for when I'm not there. I may find a use for it with a fun show where I talk about. I like to use Google Trends and to find out what's going on in the beginning of the day. So I may go on early in the morning and talk about what's going on with Google Trends. Mm-hmm. I may do that. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do permanently, but I do jump on and talk and see who comes on, and then I'll interact with whoever comes on the camera or in the chat.
I actually have used Smilecast for a few things I've done, like upcoming like live updates. Like I'll just do a quick 5 minutes announcement. I'll say, hey, by the way, everybody, this, and I'll put images on the side, and I'll just change it with a big image to the small image on the side. I just figured it'll help people who are watching on Facebook Live not be bored with the announcement, because you get to use the images and then you just interchange. I really think it's very very interactive in that way. And thank you, Terry, for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Feel free to stick around. I would love to have you if you can. If not, I just want to say thank you. Are you able to join us for a little bit more?
I can hang on for a little bit more if you like.
Yay! I love that. So here's another question, ladies.
Before I hate to interrupt, Zeph, just one more thing about Smile Time. If you don't think that you have a use for it now, or you may want to use it later, I suggest you make a channel now, get on, build up your subscribers, because the more subscribers you have, you will rise to the top of the browser list. When someone goes on the app or goes to the website, you will rise to the top.
I need to use this every day then. That means that translates to I need to use this every day.
Get on now. That's what I said. That's the beauty of Smile Time. It's not for, say you have a show that's very constructed. You may want to get on and just, like you said, play around, tell them what you're doing for the day and jump off and see how many subscribers you can get during the day.
See, this is why I love Google Hangouts. I missed that part. All right, here's another question, and I think I get this asked a lot. I'm sure both of you ladies get asked this a lot also. So how do I use, live video marketing in my marketing efforts? Basically, how do I use live streaming videos to grow my business? Kenya, what's your experience from that?
Are we talking strategies here now?
Yes, we gotta talk strategies, right? We gotta make some moolah, right? So, the live video marketing. Did I just lose your camera?
My camera it has a mind of its own for some reason. It keeps taking it.
Yeah, because you're the hands-free marketing strategist, and we love to talk about marketing. And I think most importantly for us, if we're using live streaming videos for our marketing efforts, we have to discuss the strategy because Kenya, what's your suggestions or recommendations?
Well, there are a lot of fun strategies, and you'll hear me talk a lot about Facebook Live because it's one of the ones that I gravitated towards. And so for those of you who are using Facebook Live strategies, one of the strategies that I love is doing a live show of some sort. So if you are somebody who is like, you do cooking and nutrition and that kind of thing. I know a lot of people when Blab was around, they did live cooking shows. So you can do something like that. But doing something that's like a consistent show that you can come on and present value consistently in a way that people can kind of tune in and look forward to. Right. Another way
in the next show, remember that's the next show. The next show for some of you watching, just to let you know, is the opposite for SC Chat Cafe, and we are going to talk about basically how to market your live show.
Live show. So another one is I know a lot of people have Facebook groups and you're kind of at a loss for how to engage with them. So doing live videos to engage your group, add value to your group. You can do private trainings for your group to help grow and engage and interact with them. Another option is I know a lot of people do events and they use Facebook events. They set up Facebook events. Some people are using webinars still, which is great. You can go live in your Facebook event to encourage people to come to your event, or you can do like an after the training Q&A there, or a special training for them to really kind of encourage them to buy or whatever your call to action is. You can do, this is a fun one. You can do, it kind of follows the show trend, but you can do reviews, and you can do affiliate reviews on products that relate to your brand. So you can sign up for affiliate products and do reviews on them for your audience on Facebook or on any other live streaming platform. Book reviews are great. So if you're somebody who reads books, or I know there are those, authors go on virtual book tours and things like that. So you could use your platform to do reviews on books and encourage authors to communicate with you to get their book reviewed. So those are just some of the ways that I think that would be really beneficial for people to kind of generate more leads and generate more sales and get their message out there in a consistent way.
What about you, Terry?
Yeah, I agree with what Kenya's saying. All of those things are great, and you have to, I always tell my clients, everything is content. Everything that you do in your business is content. Think of a way that you can translate what you do into each of the channels, especially with doing Facebook Live, doing Periscope, and also doing maybe a show, and also how to do it on Smile Time. So I always tell them, think outside of what you're doing every day. You think it's mundane, but think about what you're doing. Write it down stepwise. Think of how to make it entertaining online and use that as content for your live show.
I so agree. And here's one more big thing about using live videos for marketing strategy. People don't think about this, but this is very important. This is my point to share with everybody who's watching this. And these ladies will probably go like, yeah, because this is my personal experience. Use them as your marketing research vehicle Where's my
Yeah.
sound effect? I gotta do the drum. Let's do the boom, right? You gotta use the live videos. If you're doing live shows, especially, or you have a regular scheduled broadcast, use it to ask your audience questions. I've used it as a marketing research tool because since I co-produced at 3 international online conferences, ladies, people started giving me hashtags. They started giving me titles. They started giving me, that helped me develop brands, my brand, number one. Number two, help me develop programs that people want or products that people want. So this is a huge thing. People feel like, oh, if I ask my audience, they feel like, oh, it will show weakness. It's not, because this is the marketing research and this is the fastest way to get the answers from your targeted audience. Do you agree, ladies? Who want to go first?
Yeah.
Kenya, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the beauty of live streaming is that immediacy, and
Yes.
you get to get that real time feedback, and to me, it's even more powerful than, kind of the general surveys that we send out to our list and things like that. You get that power and you get that feedback in real time so that you can go and create something that people actually want, that's in demand, and you don't have to waste time on things that people don't want. So I think that's a huge point.
Yeah.
Huge
Terry,
point.
anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to say that businesses should think about how can they reach their customer? How can they satisfy the needs that they have? And live streaming is one of those ways where you can get that, like I said, it's real-time collaboration, communication, and you can get to know your customer, and your customer can get to know you. And you can build a better relationship and provide the tools, the services, the products that they need that will satisfy the problems they have in their life.
Yeah.
So I just want to do a shout out. All right. It's so funny because this is what we talk about, community and research. And, they will ask your audience. We have a few people watching us on live right now, and this is so cool. So I just want to do a shout out to both of them, Carlos Phoenix from the Lounge Network, and also Barbara Tomlin from I met Barbara and Carlos both on Blab. This is so cool.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, and I'm just going to read what Carlos is saying, the Lounge Network. He's just saying live for research is key. So true, because, Carlos and I met up recently in New York because we all just like, hey, live streamers, we'll be in New York, Momentum Drivers, who want to join us? We talk about this a lot, and he gets on his shows on Facebook Live a lot, asking the audience what they want. Right, Carlos? And also Barb is here, and just to let you know, it's so cool to use live videos in real time to talk to people. And just yesterday, Guy Kawasaki, this is another new tool. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's called Blue Jeans Network, and they're doing something similar. They're using a tool which is in existence like Zoom or GoToMeeting, and they're actually integrating it with Facebook Live. So they're talking about, the power of using this as a meeting or doing marketing research to ask your audience, what is it that they want? From my personal experience, this was big because we talked just now about, losing the 10 customer touch points and cutting it in half. This is the exact example why live videos, use it as your marketing research tool and ask your audience, what is it that they want? Because if you're creating a product that they don't want, then, what's the point? They get to ask you a question live. They get to have their questions answered live. They don't have to wait 30 minutes to ask Terry a question or Kenya a question, because both these ladies can answer in real time. That is so key because, right, Kenya and ladies, we talk about shiny object syndrome, squirrel. But if we have in real time, they get focused because we're answering their question in real time. I think that is huge as a live video marketing strategy.
Absolutely.
It is.
Right? And the other
I
thing
agree.
I want to share is about community. As we're talking here, we talk about community. When you do live videos, it's all about connecting with your audience, right? You build your community because they're the one who's going to come and support you time and time again. When you say, I have a live show this time, this day, they will be there and they will show up and they become the megaphones for your business. And I think that's pretty much what I wanted to share with live video marketing strategies. And the word here It's strategies, people. If you are planning to use live streaming videos or live videos for marketing, your marketing efforts, plan. Plan a strategy, right, ladies? If you
Right.
don't have one, you just power up. Don't expect results because it takes some strategy. Anything to add to that, Terry?
No, Zan, you hit the mark. You hit
Yeah,
it.
I'm glad you agree. Ladies, one more thing. What are some of the do's and don'ts of live streaming? Terry, you want to go first? The do's and don'ts?
Do's and don'ts. I say practice. Do practice. That's
Love
my
it.
do.
What's it?
Don't jump on without writing down some points. You don't have to read from them, that just to keep your mind organized.
Yes. And I think especially if you're starting out, right, Terry? Because if you're starting out, you're not doing something basic, at least scribble something down on a piece of paper. Kenya always loves to see this. You have this and you have this. This too, just write it down, right before you go live. Just put 3 points. And I think sometimes we feel like we put on that pressure on us too much that we feel like, oh my God, So don't. For me, I think don't overwhelm yourself. Keep it simple. As you progress in how you would want to use live streaming for your business to grow your business, or when you progress in your production skills, then you can be fancy and savvy and all that stuff. But other than that, no panties over pants, people. Don't do all the sexy stuff when you don't have the basics. Kenya, what about you?
Yeah, I think along the lines of what you ladies said, I would say do plan topics, plan out some topics in advance that will allow you to kind of be a little bit consistent. So just, brainstorm like a list of 10 to 20 topics that you can just pick from, and then use what you guys said and just, outline, 2 to 3 points for each topic. That'll allow you to be consistent. I would say don't forget your call to action. It's hugely important to remember why you're doing these. So whether that's because you want to get more people to grow your group, you want to get more leads, you want to sell a particular product. So I guess with that, when you outline your topics, next to it or somewhere close to it, say this is the call to action for this particular topic. So
Great point.
Good point. See, I told you I'll learn something from everybody today. There you go. Here's another thing. For me, the do and don'ts, this is something that in the live video world, I did not make this up, but I learned from the best, like Alex Petit, the big guys who started out on Periscope. This is especially for mobile live streamers, or, if you're using live videos on your tablets or mobile devices. I think the do part is do some form of greeting and create some sort of expectation to your audience about what you're going to talk about and how long you're going to be on the live streaming, on the live video. I think this is important because, we all have shiny object syndrome. Hello, squirrels, right? And we kind of need to know, and I think it'll be good for the audience to know what you're going to talk about so you're not wasting their time because they're showing up for you, right? You're not wasting their time, and get to the point. The don't part is don't waste their time and don't waste your time, because when you do that, you will get frustrated because you're not seeing results, and your audience will get frustrated because you're yapping. And okay, for Periscopers, stop doing this, all right? Because you're saying hello to everybody who's coming on your broadcast.
I hate that.
Yeah, and Facebook Live, you're wasting everybody's time. What if they only have 3 minutes to spend with you, or even like 1 minute? They just need to come on and just say hello to you, but don't waste your time saying, "Hey, Kenya, welcome to the broadcast." "Oh, hey, Terry," and you keep on. Oh my God, I don't know. It drives me crazy if somebody does.
Yeah.
I agree. Amy Schmidt-Tower, a YouTuber, she made a video about this. She said, listen, people's time is short. Don't waste it. Get on camera, introduce yourself, get right to the point, and give your information, give your value, and give the call to action and get off.
Yes, exactly. I mean, and also with Facebook Live, because there's this slight delay, right, in the comments and who appears, the name appears on the screen, who comes on your screen, who's having a conversation, a slight delay. So don't, it's all about, you start with your points and your talking points, you start talking, and you're like, Oh, hey Kenya, if you've passed your 30 seconds, just tell them watch on replay or something like that. It's nice to say hello to people that you know, but not to do it like everybody that gets in, because it's annoying from the other audience who are watching. They go like, okay, and oops, not watching it now. So that's the don't part, which is, don't waste people's time, get to the point, and don't be boring, because, and here's a do part also: engage with your audience. So once you're done with your points, engage with them, because I'm talking about the mobile part, right? Engage with them and ask, oh, Terry, good to see you. Do you have any questions? Oh, great. Make that, but don't just like, hey, oh, welcome, welcome. Oh, good to see you. That drives me nuts. That's the don't part. Now,
I agree with you, Zeph. I agree.
Right? Because it can be annoying, and people, that's a good excuse for people just not to unfollow you. Unfollow. Hello.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we go, we just have a few minutes, but I do want, because we've been talking about Facebook Live so much, but I think this is a great question that I'm getting from many people. So it's a Facebook Live question. I would love to tap into both of your ladies' experiences. People ask me, and I don't know if you get this also, where should I live stream on Facebook? Is it from page? Is it from the profile? Is it from the group? Kenya, want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really good question. It's a question that I had to ask myself when I first started. I think it's going to kind of depend. First of all, if you're running a Facebook page, I know some people, and I know one of the viewers from last time said that she has a small audience on both her Facebook page and in her group. With a fan page, you want to, if you have a small audience on your fan page, then the question is, if I Facebook Live, will it even be worth it, because I don't have a lot of people on my fan page? And so what you want to do with that is you have to consider creating some sort of strategy to grow your fan page. So with actually making the decision to decide to go live from your fan page, are you going to, do some ads to, funnel people to there? Are you going to boost some of your posts with paid ads to get more people to your fan page? And then you have to ask yourself, once they get to my fan page, what do I want them to do next? What is the call to action? So either you want them, your fan page is going to be geared towards doing content to get them on your list, doing content to get them in a Facebook group. If that is a part of your strategy, then you can always do lives in your group to engage your members. Because the thing about having a group is that you can't really advertise with ads.
Yeah.
So you can do Facebook pages to funnel people to a group and use live content to engage your members on your group. The other thing that a lot of people don't realize, because I know there's this big kind of thing that happens when you try to figure out, okay, should I do lives for my actual profile, because I have friends and I have family and I have business contacts all bunched up into there, and you don't want to irritate people. So one of the things, the hacks that I like to share with people is that you can use lists. Facebook has lists that allow you to group people based on who they are. So if I have family in one list, and I have friends in one list, and I have business contacts in one list, that allows you to do two things. It allows you to keep up with the posts of people who, of the different groups of people. So if I have a business list, I can keep up with them and they don't get lost. But you can also determine who sees what by posting to those lists. So I would have to say, just kind of think about those different things and determine where the best usage of your time is going to be. It takes time and energy and strategy to post to a fan page, because think about it. How many fan pages have we liked that we just don't even visit, right?
Exactly.
So you really have to come up with a strategy that you're going to stick to, that you're going to use, that you can look at the analytics and use to get the other results and some of the other things that you're doing. So
I love those tips. Terry, anything to add?
I agree 100% with Kenya. I just want to add that I think you should do everything on your page, because you can share it to your group. You can, like you said, with the list. If you want to share it to your personal profile, you can share it with the list, that you won't annoy people on your personal profile page.
Yeah.
Also, if you have a small following on your page, you want, like she said, you want to think about growing it maybe outside of Facebook. If you have a
Yeah.
big following on Pinterest, if you have some Pinterest boards set up, get a really awesome graphic and have it go to your page. If
Yeah.
you use an Instagram, you have a big following on Instagram, put an awesome image, awesome that makes people want to do what you're saying in the call to action, and have them go to the Facebook page. So you may want to use your other social media channels where you have a larger following to push them to that page and see if they bite. And like she said, from the page, if you want to grow your group, then you have them go to your group. So you have to think about your call to action.
Yeah.
I love that you ladies mentioned that. You know, I just also just want to add on to that. I'm glad Kenya gave her the tip for the hack, but I also want to add another tip to her hack is this. I want you to think about this. All both ladies are spot on, but think about this. If you're doing for business, right? And if you actually broadcast on your page, it is a live broadcast. That means you can, I'm sorry, it is a public broadcast. That means you can reshare anywhere you go, anywhere, right? However, think about this, and beyond the point of where you're supposed to be broadcasting, but if you're actually doing it on your profile, but you're using a specific list, like for instance, you've done a business list, I'm going to tell you this. This is what happens. You are not going to be able to share it easily out from your profile because that list is locked down. So thank you, Kenya, for giving that hack. But I also wanted to add that as a reminder. So it gives you a little bit more depth into deciding, you know, where is it am I going to broadcast, live broadcast from? So think about this. I love Kenya's hack, but also think about this. If you actually use a list to broadcast from your profile, you cannot just share it out because it will lock down and it'll say something like, sorry, this broadcast is only shared with certain lists. Therefore, you cannot put it on your business page. So for me, I've done a practice where if it's all business, especially general business, like a broadcast of upcoming shows or who I want to feature, blah, 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 I put it on the page because it's public. So I can just share it to the group later on or to any other, you know, pages that I want to. However, if you do from your profile, just like both the ladies said, be careful because we've heard this a lot, but people go like, this is annoying because, you know, they're talking about business and I get all these notifications. Of course, for those of you who are getting these notifications, there's a way for you to lock those notifications down. But, you know, we're just saying, have a separation and understanding between the profile and the page as the most basic. That's all you kind of need to know for now, especially if you're just a starter. And then later on, you can figure out there's so many ways, there's so many technology, third-party technology that you can use to really, you know, post wherever you want to. Because I know Smilecast is now allowing to page and profile only, right, Terry?
Right. To your profile or to a page.
Right. So that said, you know, you will only have two places you can't do to the group. But there's another live streaming platform. If some of you have used this, it's called Huzzah.io. Huzzah can do groups, profile, and pages. That's not the question about the technology, but the question is, where are you streaming live from in Facebook? So I think the answer is, if it's business, at least for me, I'm using my Facebook page just because of the public live broadcast versus the list broadcast to a private business list in my profile, because I can't share it out after that, and I have to do another broadcast. So that's just my tip to add to Kenya's hack earlier. Oh my God. We're having a lot of fun, and I think this take two has better content than the first one. Everything happens for a reason, right, ladies? And I'm sure that was meant to be. For some of you folks who are watching this, you know, this content was just right for all of you to learn more about how to use live streaming videos to grow your business. We're at the end of the hour, but before we go, I just want to share some information. We're here usually first and third I'm sorry, I'm going to find that the page. The first and third Wednesdays of the month, you can go to www.cchatcafe.com and you can, join our tribe where you can get extras, exclusive media swags, and business advice. You put in there, and you can join our, our group, and you can just meet the cast right here for all the other live information. You can go here, click on that live. It will bring you to this page. The next show is how to market with a market a live streaming show. So that would be September 21st. So I am really looking forward to seeing you all on the next show. But before we go, let me just have both these ladies share the information of how you can contact them directly. Kenya, go ahead.
Yep, you can find me on Facebook. And just do a search for Kenya Halliburton, and you can also go to KenyaHalliburton.com to get in touch with me as well. So.
And Halliburton has 2 L's. 2 L's. I made that mistake, so I had to point that out. Terry, what about you, Terry?
You can find me on Facebook, do Terry Johnson, and again, like Kenya said, just search and you'll see me. Also, if you want to reach out, you can DM me on Twitter. It's at WebGirlTJ. At WebGirlTJ.
Whoop whoop! Well, thank you, ladies. We finally did it, even though it's YouTube Live. We did it. That's why I love you, Google Hangouts on Air. Awesome stuff. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you on the next live show, wherever that be. If ever you get lost, go to cchatcafe.com to get all that information. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye.